House of Cards?
House of Cards?
House of Cards.
Yeah.
No.
Have you started watching the new season yet?
No.
No?
Season
I'm
5
waiting for
is
somebody
coming
that I
out
watch it
soon.
with. So
Oh, yeah? My
yeah.
dad and my mom started watching it, and they are like literally glued to it. They cannot
Really?
leave.
Oh, yeah. It's incredible.
They go into the basement, they shut the door, and it's like I open the door, and all I hear is, what?
Yeah, right.
I'm
Leave
like,
me alone.
oh, okay. I'm like,
See, I started it.
sorry.
Kevin Spacey was on, I forget, was he on with Colbert? And
Yeah.
Robin Wright was on with Colbert.
Yeah.
And they were talking about how real life caught up with them. They said, we can't think of crazier things to put on the show than are actually happening in real life.
Right.
No, it's a good show.
Yeah.
I
Oh, it's a great show.
started the first 2 seasons. I was glued to it, but like I'm not going to say I'm not that politically smart, so I don't know exactly what's going on in the show. But like you get like a kind of feel for it. It's like
They're crooks.
Okay,
That's all we
exactly.
gotta know.
That's all you need to know.
I'm not a crook.
Exactly. So I finished season 2, but I know there's like 3 other seasons left. But it's just like once you stop a show, it's like
Right.
Yeah, I think the thing that I take from it the most is to think that, wow, is this what really goes on?
oh yeah, it's like
The craziest
it's weird.
thing that
And it's like
set
watching
in,
Scandal. You ever watch
Yeah,
Scandal?
Scandal, yeah.
You know, that White House kind of,
Well,
and it's
Scandal's
oh
a
my
little done up. But I'm going to be honest. House of Cards is based. They explain the laws to you that they're going to exploit. They straight up tell you them. So it's like you would think like, oh no, these aren't real laws. There's no way that's a real thing. But it is a real thing.
It is a real thing.
It is a real thing. You know, back the founding fathers said that if there was ever a tie for, I believe it's the vice president in the Senate,
Speaker of
you
the
know
House?
you know what they do? No, it's not the Speaker of the House. They flip a coin.
Oh, who breaks a tie? Oh,
They
well,
flip a coin.
In real life?
In real life, if there was
Oh.
ever a tie to elect a vice president, they flip a coin.
Well, you know, in the old days,
50-50.
when a guy ran for president and his opponent, like, you know, John Adams and whoever ran against him, the guy who won became the president, and the guy who lost became the vice president.
Right, that was at first, and
Right.
then that they did
And that was a good way to keep it balanced.
right, and then they did the 12th Amendment. That was I think it was the 12th Amendment that changed that, and they made it so now you have to pick a vice president and you pick a president.
I have a question for you.
Oh no,
Do you think we still need a president?
oh that's a hard question.
Ooh.
Yes, you do.
Why?
You do. You know why you need a president? And here's the God's honest truth.
We got 350 million people in this country.
Right,
and
but you
you're
can't-
telling me that one person
Yes.
ought to be the guy. Okay.
Yes. You know why? And I'm a big history person, so I can honestly say this is that you need one person to be the president. And when you need one, the reason you need one person is it can't just be any one person. That's what I don't like about the system. It can't be one person that just gets elected by people. The president needs to be picked by whoever's in charge of the government, either the Senate, maybe the Supreme Court needs to pick, but only in times where we need a president, times where we're in trouble, times we're going into war.
So you're only saying we only need a president sometimes?
Right, yes, because essentially the president doesn't do anything.
Look at the system. We've got corporations with all the money telling Congress what to do. I mean, we the people are out of the
know.
loop. We are totally
Right.
out of the loop. So
But-
would anybody, if we got together in a room, would anybody say, yeah, let's do it that way?
Yeah.
No, but we continue to do it that way.
Because that's
But-
how it's been
Because
for the
that
past
serves
300 years.
that. Well, there you go. Let's do
No-
what we did
nobody's gonna
yesterday.
change
That's a
it.
bad business plan, though.
Yeah,
But if you think
nothing's-
about it-
it's not going to change.
But if you think about it, what does the president do?
It got there.
What does the president do?
Good question.
What does he
Sign.
do? Essentially, the most
He-
influential thing the president does nowadays is
He
tweets.
campaigns to get reelected.
Right.
And he makes sure that his party gets this benefit. And that
Right.
his party, well, that's
Right.
not about the country.
Right,
That's
but-
about that. That's
But
about your
how it's
political
been-
machine.
That's how it's been for years.
Okay,
though.
but that's not an answer.
That's
That's
how it's
why I
always
feel like-
been.
If I
is
walked
all
into
a
a
bunch
business
of
and say, "Why do you guys
confifi,
do
okay?
this?" and they say, "Well, it's because it's the way it's always been done," that's not an answer.
No.
That's not a good enough reason to continue to do something.
Exactly. But
I think that 350 million people in America warrant something better than one person.
But
Right.
you know, that's
Especially
why I
the way
feel
we come
like,
to it.
I feel like the elections for like mayors and the smaller elections, I feel like those matter more because I think it's better to get your community in line than the entire country.
Well,
it's we all have geographically
I
everything.
think we
We
need
all have
something
different
new.
interests. We all have different ways of life. So I feel like one person at the head of it all is a little, I mean, granted, there's supposed to be that one person that keeps the order of, you know, the general, the underlying law or whatever. But
Right.
mayors and the smaller people,
I think that
that's
one
what
of the
matters.
biggest things we got going here too is this idea, this illusion of choice. We all think we have choices.
We don't
if
have
I go to
it
at
Dunkin'
all.
Donuts, I can get 52 kinds of donut. I can go to Starbucks and I can get 17 kinds of latte. But when I'm gonna go vote for president, that's what I get for choices.
Right.
So when it's unimportant, I've got a plethora of things to pick from. But when it is important, those are the choices that I'm offered. And
Right.
we think, as Americans, that we have choice.
Right. I mean, honestly, if you ask me my opinion on that, it just firmly stands at you need somebody there because when the running gets tough, you need one person to just slam his fist down and say, "This is how we're doing things. There's no political bias. How it was done." In the Roman days, where they picked one guy and they said, "You're going to have power,
I don't know that
and you're
a
going to do
president
this."
has that kind of power. He can't
In a
just
time
pound
of
his
war,
fist and make everybody
in
go
a time
away.
of war,
Well,
yes.
well.
But that's what I'm saying. You only really need him in a time of war. That's what I'm trying to say. But we've run out of time.
Oh.
Sadly, we've run out of time. This is a great.
we need another Thursday.
I know.
Can't
We
believe
need
had to
another
close
Thursday
out
to
on
come.
this sour note.
Another
I know,
early,
seriously.
another
Sorry.
early Wednesday.
Bill just went off the rails.
Sorry, yeah, I went down that.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I went down the
No, it
rabbit
wasn't
hole. Oh, boy.
It was just
happens.
a whole bunch of confifi over here. Like,
Yeah,
let's get on
a
with
lot
it.
of confifi going on. But
All
we
right.
got the original retro mix coming on next
That's
with
the official
Colton
translation.
Murray.
That's the way you say it now.
Exactly.
I don't want to do it anymore.
I know, right?
Time.
That was a time.
After that confifi, right now.
Ah, very good.
Right
Very
now,
good.
it's exactly 10 o'clock. Colin's going to be coming right on, playing some awesome throwbacks. It's 63 degrees, going to be a high of 77 today.
Wow.
Bill Mack, Samantha, Gina, Joe, all here on the Thursday morning show. Tune back in next week, and we're going to have some awesome stuff coming up for you guys. Anything you want to say lastly?
Bye.
No, yeah, take care. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.